Oh, fuckers. Have we got a stream for you? Because out of nowhere, and we were expecting something to come, but the balanced data slate has just dropped. And we got a little bit more than we were thinking about. It's not just a balanced data slate. And I am really, really keen to see because the name is tantalizing. Now, first and foremost, Beal, thank you for the fuck you messages. You resubbed at tier 3. All of my subs on Twitch, enjoy those new emotes. YouTubers, if you would like to join us for our streams, because we're doing a lot through Twitch, there are a bunch of animated emotes and whatever else that all of my subs have access to, and you can get them just for using your Twitch Prime. So, yeah, a little bit. So, what changed in the landscape of 40k? Because we have been without any changes since Grotmas, and there has been a shift in the meta to certain styles of play. We had Codex Eldari come out, which has come out swinging. We've got previews for Codex Emperor's Children. And Codex Astra Militarum has been allowed out in the wild, just roaming around like they're people. Who would have thought that? So let's go through the broad strokes of what they've gone through. So Adeptus Sororitas struggled a bit in their fight against foes of the Imperium, so we've reverted the part of Acts of Faith that allows you to gain a miracle dice each time a unit is destroyed. We were not happy with the results last time and hope this puts the faction into a more fun and fair place. We've also brought down points on a handful of units to better represent their strength without having access to as many miracle dice as they did in the past. I've said a bit that I really, really thought that the changes to Adeptus Sororitas were heavy-handed at best and reckless at worst. The changes to Bringers of Flame, okay, yep, fair enough. Points increases, yep, made sense. They were really, really good. And then we're going to fuck you on Miracle Dice. And then we're going to release a Grotmas detachment that functions off of Miracle Dice because no females in my game, apparently. So giving a little bit of power back to the Adeptus Sororitas, and not specifically to Bringers, but to the other very, very well-written detachments that were languishing and hurting without it. Custodes. Been having a great time recently. Quite pleased to see people playing them in different ways to make sure everyone's having the best time playing against them. We've moved around points on a few units for the Emperor's Golden Favorites. The Blade Champion and Custodian Wardens have gone up as we feel they're more powerful. Their points we've been seeing there everywhere. Every list was running Blade Champs and Wardens. Venerable Contemptor Dreadnought and Telemon Dreadnought have also received minor increases as the recent Solar Spearhead detachment has made them shine quite brightly. Yes, they fucking have. We reduced points on a few units we felt were more expensive than their comparable units, such as Alea, the Custodian Guard, the Knight Centura, and Shield Captains. Good to hear for Custodes. Obviously, it'll shake up their meta a little bit. Wardens and Blade Champs are still going to be great, but they're going to be a little bit more expensive. We will see how great or bad once we actually get into the points. Admech, you're not a faction. Go away. Belisarius Call. The Tech Breeze Dominants have fallen in points a little bit to make it easier to include them in your army. Eldari, we've made changes to Azaman's ability, the Hand of Asurian, changing its anti-infantry ability to 5+ to reduce the amount of devastating wounds it could put out. Now, I haven't seen the points for Eldari, but if this is all we get, because yes, I am an Eldari player now, I love me my knife is. Oh, the green paint doesn't come in because of the green screen. Oh, no. If this is all we get, like, Azaman wasn't appearing in a lot of lists, and this will be very, very good news for Eldari players. Astra Militarum, we've made a change to the Combat Engineer's remote mine, reducing the mortal wounds to D3 to bring it in line with the Kazakin Melter Mine. This is really good. Combat Engineers just got a shit load of mortal wounds just for, like, no reason. Welcome to everybody who's joining us. I'm sorry, I see chat rolling. Good morning to everybody from England, from Cadia, from wherever you might be in the world. Hello, hello, hello. The Bridgehead Strike Detachment has proven to be very strong, so we've increased the points on the units it boosts. We've also changed the Bridgehead Strike Fire Zone Purge rule to add +1 to hit instead of to wound, as the Tempesta Scion Stormtrooper ability is now changed to reroll wounds with the Codex release. Additionally, the Firing Hot stratagem has increased CP as it's particularly powerful. It's good to see Bridgehead getting some changes. They were fucking everywhere, and they were really, really oppressive, especially for armies that would already be bad into it. Their matchup just got even worse because it's not just Astra Militarum, it's Bridgehead. And even on the Bridgehead builds where they were running some of the Dawn tank commanders and they weren't just going the mass infantry spam, they were still incredibly, incredibly good. So yeah. I'm not going to look at chat because I just saw a spoiler, and any of my regular viewers know how I feel about spoilers. So I'm going to keep going down, and we will get to the other stuff in time. Certain Death Company Marine units and Death Company Captain units for Blood Angels have been reduced in points to bring them in line with their codex units. On the other hand, the Rage Fuel Warrior enhancement brings so much rage that it's getting moderate points increase. This will put a cap on including a Smash Captain, though a lot of the good Blood Angels players that I know or rub shoulders with had moved away from the Smash Captain anyway. So, yeah, interesting to see that, but the meta has kind of moved on past them. This is going to mean anybody that was running Death Company Marines and maybe now will include a Death Company Captain, though I don't think so because there's the Chaplain in Jump Pack is just way too good. Demons! Legion of Excess has proven quite powerful, and we're making changes to the detachment rule to be less punishing. Seductive Gambit now no longer grants full rerolls to hit and wound, though units still get full rerolls within their Shadow of Chaos. We feel this is more fair and links better with the twisting power of the demons outside of the warp. The Thieves of Pain stratagem has been changed so that the unit intercepting damage must be visible to the target, as it was previously possible to hide the unit that the damage was being moved to before. That is a very nice change. It means you can't get away with some bullshit, which is very nice. We've removed the Battle Shock portion of the Overwhelming Excess stratagem, so it's now -1 to hit against the unit in all cases. But you can now use it during the shooting and fight phases. Interesting. That does shift a little bit of power into the Legion of Excess fighting phase specifically, which is nice. Because, like, they already have anti-shooting tools because of the, roll, you can't shoot me, you got to shoot somebody else. That's insanely powerful against shooting armies. Then being able to battle shock them and -1 to hit was just, like, insane. Leagues of Votann. The army rule now allows you to pick 2 enemy units at the start of the battle and give them 2 judgment tokens. We've reduced the starting values of Oathbands judged enemy units to align with these changes. This is probably to band-aid that the Grotmus detachment fucking sucks. But this does bring them up a little bit because before, and if anybody watched my Grotmus series of streams, when Leagues of Votann came around, I talk a lot in like game design, 40k design, basically anything. And you can take this to list building as well. Whenever we consider whether a unit's good or bad, let's say, for example, we're talking about our Tau's beloved strikes that have not really seen the table outside of Retaliation Carter and having a, like, I needed something cheap that I didn't care about, like, throwing away and being a bit of a trading piece. When you're looking at taking those units, you have people that make these arguments of, oh, well, they're not so bad. Like, Strength 5 is better than Bolters, and, there's a -1 to hit, and there's whatever. Like, nobody's saying that the strikes are strictly bad. Like, that they're strictly unplayable. At least nobody that knows what they're talking about. But when we're considering opportunity cost, that's when the problem comes up, because the opportunity cost of spending, like 70-odd-ish points on those strikes, when you could just take a Crete unit that gives you sticky objectives and as a scout move and as stealth and as all these other things and is a little bit cheaper. Or you take a unit of breaches for like 25, 30 more points. Opportunity cost is the big killer for a lot of units. Look at the state of the Riptide at the moment, where it's at 190 points, and after the points increases, we don't see it as often as we did, because now the opportunity cost is that to include, let's say, Duotide or Triptide, you're including a large amount of your army into this unit, and then you've got to weigh up the opportunity cost of, if I'm spending those points, what do I then get in return? That another unit cannot give me in as easy or easier a fashion, and does the meta fit around what I'm trying to answer? So the opportunity cost for the Leagues of Votann with the new Grotmus detachment was that why the fuck would I give up marking like 4 units with 2 judgment tokens at the start of the battle, and the new detachment doesn't give me any ways to give extra tokens, so I'm automatically playing from behind, and it doesn't like give me anything, really. So yeah, good to see for Leagues of Votann. Orks, who have been in an insane place lately. We've made a change to the Listener rule of the Tactical Brigade Detachment to better represent the Ork way of bossing each other around. Ork units will now only get one tactic and will always make a leadership test to see if they need to smash some heads to get the message across. This change aligns better with the theme and reduces some of the stacking combos that were making some units too powerful. Thank fuck. We changed tank busters, so they need to see an enemy before they send out their bomb squigs, and tweak the wording to ensure they may only dispatch one at a time. Oh my god, yes! Okay, so Tau players, if you're not excited about that, you don't play in competitive 40k tournaments, because them being able to bomb squig you out of line of sight and send fucking two of them to mortal wound the shit out of a crisis unit, or like a unit that they normally wouldn't be able to touch because you've positioned correctly, and then you just cop a shitload of mortal wounds and you're like, all right, well, fuck me, I guess. And we were seeing tank busters like everywhere. The rocket boys and the fucking melee boys were everywhere. It's really nice to see some stuff toned down. The Tactical Brigade was the most popular brigade. We'll have to see if it kills it. I don't know. I'm not an Ork player. I'm just an Ork opponent. So I'll have a chat to some of the boys on the teams event this weekend, and we'll see what they think. All right, Space Marines. The enormous notice it stops at S. GW, what the fuck? I think you forgot a faction. Space Marines, we've been quite happy with the recent changes to Space Marines. Yeah, no fucking shit. They've jumped to the top of the meta. But a few chapters have been attempting to claim they are codex compliant, even though we're pretty sure they've never even attempted to look at the book. Dark Angels. It's always Dark Angels. Fucking traitors. So we've clarified the Oath of Moment benefit only works for codex Space Marines detachments. Uriel Ventress can now only grant Deep Strike to Phobos, Gravis, and Tacticus units. I believe this kills Deep Strike on the Centurions. So I'll have to look. Actually, let's look up their keywords. Let's see if this kills it on Centurions, because that was the big thing that like all the Space Marine players were doing, was having this brick that drops down in Vanguard, lights up whatever the fuck it wants, and then at the end of your opponent's turn, just pick them up and off they go. So let's have a look at Space Marine data sheets, codex, data sheets, Centurion, Devastator Squad. Keywords, they have none of those keywords. So this is a directed change. I'm really, really glad that they did this. This one curtails a little bit of what Ultramarines were getting away with a very tanky, very fucking scary unit that can shoot into anything it wants and get damage done. Phobos, Gravis, and Tacticus now makes this less appealing, broadly. Certain sneaky Phobos lieutenants were able to move, shoot, and then charge. We now add a limitation to the strategic dispersal rule that they can't declare a charge after moving. Good. The Windswift evasion stratagem was targeting some units that would not be described as swift. As a result, we've now limited the targets of the stratagem to infantry and mounted units. Now, Windswift evasion, I think that's in the love of my life. Where are you, Space Marines? I believe that is... where's the detachment? Stormlance. Windswift evasion. Opponent's movement phase just after they end a normal advance or fall back move. Oh, I see why I didn't care about the other part of that stratagem. I wasn't running vehicles and shit. I was only running infantry and mounted, so that didn't affect me. But I guess it makes sense. You don't want certain things like dreadnoughts to be wind swift evading because they're massive hulking fucking bricks of dead meat. All right, so there's a lot of stuff that they've updated. There is a lot of stuff. Let's start with Munitorium Field Manual, Grotmus Detachments FAQ, and Errata, and Experimental Prototype Carta. So I'm going to start with the Munitorium Field Manual because that's what I care about most. But I'm so looking forward to that detachment. I will skip to it if we end up getting gifties on Twitch. Until then, you've all got to wait. So there's nothing on the Sororitas. I thought they said that they changed their points. Huh? GW? Where's our points changes? GW? Okay, they've got it for Codex Emperor's Children, but this was a change from before because the Fiends, the Keepers, all that sort of stuff, they already got their changes for their Codex. Or did they? Was it just Astra Militarum? Was it just rules changes? No, because they said in the breakdown, we've changed points on blah. So, GW, why is it just Legion of Excess? Lazy Phoenix, thank you for the 5 gifteds. Everybody enjoy your emotes. All right, you've twisted my arm. Experimental prototype Carter. Let's actually go onto the browser view so that we can do this a little bit better. I'll zoom in and we can keep going. So, experimental prototype Carter. A handful of elite Carters are equipped with prototype technology from the most renowned applied sciences division of the Tau Empire. That's Votann, baby! It is the honor of these Firecast warriors to field test the newest of these advanced and ingenious weapon systems under true battlefield conditions. Detachment rules, superior craftsmanship. Add 6 inches to the range characteristic of ranged weapons equipped by Tau Empire models from your army. That is the Votann rule reimagined. This is particularly good. Are you guys familiar with my favorite unit breaches? Do you guys know when you have 16-inch shotguns that they can walk in from the edge of the board and tag basically anything? Do you know that if you're in a Devilfish in Strat Reserve, the Devilfish can walk on and then you can get out an additional 3 inches as long as you're still outside of 9 of enemy units and just shoot and you're a little bit closer, or take an objective where a lot of them sit just outside of 6 inches from the edge of the board. But if a unit's getting out and there's no enemy units inhibiting it, those breaches can dump 20 OC onto an objective. Did you guys know that? Were you aware of that? Because I fucking was. Plasmas, melters go to 18 inches again. Now, I know this isn't the change we wanted. I know we wanted baseline. But 6 inches changes a lot of stuff. Plasma rifles are on the table at 24. We've got missiles at 36. We've got fusions at 18, meaning that our melter range is 9. Now, yes, that's not deep strike and get it, but we haven't seen the rest of the detachment. This changes a lot of stuff. 6 inches above average after all. I'm glad that's the only chat message I've glanced at. That was fucking perfect. All right, let's look at the enhancements. Supernova Launcher. Adapted from standard issue fragmentation projectors, this weapon enables the bearer to fire explosive plasma charges on parabolic trajectories. These projectiles drop amongst the enemy and explode in a coruscating fireball that evaporates metal and flesh alike. Tau Empire model only, so that is everyone. That's not just commanders. That is fucking anyone. That is Kroot. That is a War Shaper. Think about that. War Shaper. Oh, wait, no, the next line. Read ahead, Jay. Select one airbursting fragmentation projector equipped by the bearer. That is only that is only commanders. Fuck! Improve the strength characteristic of that weapon by 3 and improve the armor penetration and damage of that weapon by 1. Excuse me? I see thermoneutronic projector. Oh my god, you guys have no fucking idea how excited I am. Okay, I'm not gonna read it yet. I haven't used the fucking air burstings in like a billion years. Let me go into the war gear. All right. Guys, calm down. Okay, air bursting fragmentation projector. 24 inches, going to 30 with this detachment. D6 shots, blast, indirect. Hits on 3s natively, but you'll be 4s if you're indirect. Strength 3, going to strength 6. AP 1, damage 2. That is a fucking marine killer. Oh my god. There are so many ways that you can get commanders in direct line of sight. We are fast enough to be able to do that. So you have indirect at damage 2, which, chips off a couple of marines. Not just like Eldari or Astra Militarum. Chips off a marine and has strength 6 AP1 damage 2. That is a good supernova. Now, how many points is this? I don't know, because GW hasn't updated their fucking document, but we can probably actually, if they updated the app, I'll see if I can force an update on the app. And I would suggest all of you do the same. Go into your Google Play Store or your iOS store and find wherever it is that you can force updates, manage app and devices for my shit. And I'm going to see if I can update that so I can see all the points values. But that's kind of a banger. Thermonutronic projector, please be good, please be good, please be good, please be good. Select one Tower Flamer equipped by the bearer. Okay, so this is commanders again. Improve the strength characteristic of that weapon by 2. Improve the armor penetration and damage of that weapon by 1. That's strength 6, AP 1, damage 2 Flamer. You put that in a you put that in a Star Scythe unit, adds a strength 6, AP 2, damage 2 Flamer. If that's the right amount of points, that is... Oh my god, I just saw fusion blades! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Okay. Plasma accelerator rifle. Tower per model, 1 plasma equipped by the bearer. We saw that coming. Strength by 2, improve attacks, armor penetration, and damage by 1. So, double shot plasma rifle. At strength 10, AP 4, damage 4. What? All right. Okay, and then fusion blades. Come on, please be good, please be good, please be good, please be good. Select 1 fusion blaster equipped by the bearer. Improve the attacks by 1, and improve the strength of that weapon by 3, and the weapon has melt of 4. All right. Let me address the elephant in the room. It's not melee. I would have loved Thermonutronic and Fusion to have had a melee profile. We all would. However, if we weren't going to get melee stuff, which, let's be honest, GW has not wanted us to have any melee shit for this entire edition, in a world where we don't get melee stuff, is this not the most Votann shit you have ever seen in your life? This has a big fucking Pantheon tick of approval. Because let's be honest, like, I would love melee, but I don't want them to do it half-assed. These weapon upgrades are not half-assed. That is an 18-inch fusion gun with 2 shots, and the commander can take 3 more of them. 2 shots of strength 12. Melter 4. Strength 12, Melter 4, Melter range 9 inches. On a Cold Star commander. We haven't even seen stratagems yet. Are your brains rolling? Not with it, because don't make the mistake that all of the fucking community did with the Grotman's Detachment, where everybody wanted one thing, got hyper upset that they didn't get it, and called the new thing bad. And then the new thing was what people were playing and doing well with and whatever. Aside from, a few mod car lists and that sort of stuff. But like the Grotman's Detachment was actually good. It just wasn't what people wanted. When I think Votann, don't think about the thing that you made up in your mind and you didn't get. Think about what you've been given. Holy shit. Airbursting fragmentation projectors are fucking playable. Strength 6. AP 1, damage 2, indirect. Thermonutronic, banger fucking flamer. And by the way, if this supernova goes onto a Star Scythe unit and you target non-monster, non-vehicle, that's AP2. With the benefits of cover, that goes to AP1 still. Like, you put this on, a fire knife unit and target a full strength unit on the other side of a wall, you still get full rerolls to hit. Hitting on 4s means that you're getting 75% of them through. Because the maths on it, hitting on 4s is 50% of your shots go through. With a reroll, 50% of those go through. So, 75% success rate on a D6 blast weapon. At strength 6, AP 1, damage 2. And we haven't even seen strats yet. Are you seeing where your brain needs to go? Love the plasma, love the fusion. I'm extremely happy with this first page. I'm extremely happy with this first page. Automated repair drones, 1 CP, command phase. 1 Tau Empire battlesuit unit from your army. Select 1 battlesuit model in your unit. That model regains D3 plus 1 lost wounds! Now, they may errata this. But notice the wording that it says command phase. Not your command phase. Command phase. So you have a turn, you walk up, you overwatch someone, Sorry, somebody overwatches you. They're like, cool, your suit's down to 1 wound. Yeah, yep, cool. No problem. D3 plus 1 lost wounds. You just bank CP for Riptides running up there. D3 plus 1 lost wounds. You go Ghost Kills, which are exceedingly difficult to kill. That fucker then heals 4 wounds. Like, okay. Now, because in one of my Grotma streams, somebody mentioned that they hated the way that I was looking at stratagems. I never read them sequentially. So we're going down bottom right. Neural Web System Jammer. I do recognize this name from 9th. Your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit has selected its targets. 1 Tau Empire Crisis unit from your army that was selected as the target of one or more of those attacking units' attacks. Until the end of the phase, your unit can only be selected as a target for range attack for the attacking models within 18. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking coom. Oh my god! I'm going to compose myself. I can't stand up for a little bit. So we're just going to sit here while nothing in my nethers changes at all. Yeah. Okay. Going to the middle center. Left of center. Reactive impact dampeners. Your opponent's shooting phase or the fight phase just after an enemy unit has selected its targets. That is your opponent's shooting phase or the fight phase. Both players' fight phases, you can use this. Just after an enemy unit selected its targets, 1 battlesuit unit from your army that was selected as the target of one or more of those attacks until the end of the phase. Each time an attack targets your unit, if the strength characteristic of that attack is greater than the toughness of your unit, subtract 1 to wound. Remember when we were fucking dunking on the Star Shatter Arsenal for giving all of its vehicles -1 to wound, and then it got nerfed into the fucking ground because it was way too strong? Do you guys remember that? Moving on. Experimental ammunition. Your shooting phase. 1 Tau Empire unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Select one of the following to apply to your unit until the end of the phase. Improve strength of ranged weapons by 1. Improve strength and armor penetration by 1, and those weapons have hazardous. You cannot target the same unit with the experimental ammunition and threat assessment analyzer stratagems in the same phase. Interesting. Let's go to threat assessment analyzer. Your shooting phase. 1 Tau Empire unit not been selected to shoot. Select the sustained hits 1 or lethal hits ability. Until the end of the phase, ranged weapons equipped by models in your unit have that ability. You can instead select the sustained lethal and hazardous ability to apply. I'm sorry. You fucking what? What? Sorry, just cracking my knuckles, just getting ready to fuck an entire tournament zone. Oh my god. Okay. Yep, we ready. Okay. So, last one. Experimental weaponry. Your shooting phase, 1 Tau Empire unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Until the end of the phase, each time you roll 1 or more dice to determine the number of attacks made with a weapon equipped by models in your unit, you can re-roll the result. So, experimental weaponry. This applies to what? Our flamers, our air-bursting fragmentation projectors. Fuck, do we have anything else? Not really, right? A lot of our stuff is flat number of attacks. Ion cannons. Tiger sharks equipped with 2 ion cannons and the anti-fly thing. Did someone say tiger sharks? Am I about to re-PTSD my entire tournament scene? So I want to lay some stuff out for you guys because this detachment has 2 of the best defensive mechanics in the game. It has keywords out the arse or just strength and AP. all for hazardous, which we were taking on all of our stuff anyway. If you use this on like a Tiger Shark or a Riptide or an Ion Cannon, were you not just overcharging and taking fucking hazardous anyway? Like, yes, it makes crisis suits like a little bit worse, but I mean, we already had crisis suits taking a bunch of hazardous tests when we had the fucking cyclics, and we'd still do it because the payoff was worth it. You have two of the best defensive mechanics in the game. You have arguably the best offensive ability in the game, especially with fire knives. Or like a Tiger Shark, which doesn't care about hazardous. And then you've got reroll the number of shots. A lot of stuff that can fix a lot of problems. And then you've got battle suits just fucking healing. On top of 6-inch range, on top of your commanders really having some teeth to them. You thought commanders were scary before. Wait until this shit kicks in. So, unfortunately, Bogan, Storm Surge doesn't have the battlesuit keyword. So, it doesn't get the heal. It doesn't get the -1 to wound. It can't get Neuroweb, because that's crisis only. It does get the 6-inch range, which, Surge is already in a bad place. It needs to get some points changes. So, let's have a look and see if the document has updated. Munitorium Field Manual, Balanced Data Slate. Is it in the Balanced Data Slate? Let's have a look for the actual rules stuff that changed. So Custodes, bullet points. Did this already happen? Let's see. Okay, so this has been changed. Acts of Faith, each time an Adept Destroyer task unit from your army is destroyed, they fucking need that. They really, really need that. Vertus Praetor is a normal or advanced move. We saw that before. That's not a change. Ballistic skill of range weapons. That's not a change for AdMech. Aziman anti-infantry 5+ and devastating wounds. It's still good, but nobody was taking Aziman anyway, so like, who gives a shit? Firing hot went to 2 CP when targeting an enemy unit within 12. Okay. Tempestus +1 to hit. Which +1 to wound everywhere was just, it was too much. It was way too much. No, let's scroll down to the one that we all care about, and I'll go back to the other stuff. Holy shit. No, this is the previous change. This one sucked. 9 inches for AP. This wasn't the problem with bonded heroes. It wasn't the problem. It was not the problem. GW, you need to like... I love the new detachment. I seriously do, but the old detachments are fucking hurting. So... Unit, nothing else from... It's weird that Space Marines really aren't getting any more changes. Like, their CP economy is fucking disgusting. They got some teeth taken out of them, but Marines are still going to be, like, gross. Like, fucking gross. All right, Munitorium Field Manual. Points changes. I'm only seeing Legion of Excess. Is that right? Like... Is it just Emperor's Children that are getting changes? Let me go into the Tau Empire section of the app, and let me see if I can eyeball any. All right. Fireblade's the same. Farsight the same. Shadow Sun the same. Cold Star's the same. Enforcer's the same. Darkstrider the same. Ethereal's no. Firesight's no. All of the Kroot characters, no. Battle Line, no and no. Devilfish, no. Other data sheets. Broadsides, no. Fire Knives, no. Starsides, no. Sunforgers, no. No. Hammerhead's the same. Ghost Kill the same. Kroot the same. Farstalker's the same. Hound's the same. Rampage is the same. Krutox Rider's the same. Manta the same. Pathfinders, Piranhas, Razor Shark, Riptide, Skyray, Stealth, Storm Surge, Sun Shark, Towner, all of the Tidewall shit, the Tiger Shark, and the Vestment, no points changes. No points changes at all. So we are the 4th worst performing faction in the game. And think about that for a little bit. When I made a video saying the things I would like change, like GW, please fix Tau, and it was talking about the changes that I would want, I got openly attacked on a lot of the forums and by some higher level Tau players that I think put their foot in their mouth by, 1, not watching the video and just attacking the title, and 2, were really disingenuous. One of the arguments being, well, I'm doing okay with them, so everybody should be able to, which is just such a bad argument for army balance. Top players could take a piece of shit in a bag and still do well. It doesn't mean the army's in a good spot. Like, I genuinely believe I could take an army, never use a detachment rule to an event, and still go 3-2 or better. Like if I'm not having to play against my peers, I'd probably go 4-1. We are the 4th worst performing faction in the game. Now, potentially, and this is the thing I'll say, not to get too doomer, because I don't like people going full doomer mode. This balanced data slate could have just been to change problematic rules, and we did see a shitload of rules changes. Did everyone get a detachment, or was it just us? Because I'm seeing Lions of the Emperor, I'm seeing Experimental, more Daka? Is that another one? I don't know if yeah, Lions of the Emperor. So Custodes got one, and Orks got one. But I'm not seeing any others. Right? So this entire data slate could have been we're not touching points yet, even though they said in the write-up that they were touching some of the sisters' points. So it's a little bit weird, but maybe it was just to do with rules. I don't know. However, I do think that there are problems that need to be addressed, and GW have gotten infinitely better at updating the game at regular intervals. However, that doesn't mean that they're hitting all the right notes and nothing needs changes. And I feel like there are a few factions that were languishing that got a lot of love, and Tau, because they're okay. They're not broken. They're not unplayable. They are just okay. Hang on. I'm just going to pause for 2 seconds. I'm going to put you on stream for that one, Sam. So say that bit again, the legending of stuff for Slaneesh.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to quickly pause the stream so I'm not like shouting myself.
Yep.
Yeah. So Legions of Excess are probably just going to be stone unplayable because after the changes the changes are big, but then the Exalted Seeker Chariots, like the characters, the normal version, and just the normal Seeker Chariot and the Lawnmower are all gone. They're all gone to Legends. And the Seeker Chariot, like the Torment Bringer on the Seeker Chariot, was one of the big combo pieces that made the Fiends so degenerate because it gave them the fight on death as well as the sustain hits, as well as what you would stick your auras on because they had this big giant profile. But all of the chariots, all of that Seeker Chariot kit's data sheets went to Legends. So Torment Bringer is gone, Seeker Chariot's gone, Exalted Chariot's gone, and the Hellflayer's gone. So GW made a silly mistake and didn't highlight stuff. So there's probably a bunch of other changes in there. Some other stuff is like Shalaxi's down like something like 70 points or something ridiculous like that. But there's like a bunch of little changes in there as well that makes life a bit harder. Like I think Fiends and stuff went up as well. I just haven't had a chance to go through and actually look at it yet.
No, that's fine. I'm going to have a look at the tower stuff now, but yeah, thanks for the call. It's hopefully they update the document soon.
Yeah, I think a couple of the crew characters got changed. I can't remember thingies off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'm looking at the document now. I can already see some of the changes. And because I've got the app, I can actually do a 1-for-1.
Yeah. Rain just added me saying to tell you to check chat as well.
All right, I will check chat. All right, thanks, Sam.
I'll let you go, CJ.
Thanks, mate. Always good to have good teammates that can chime in and let you know where there's other stuff. All right, so where am I looking in chat? Because holy shit, you guys are going so fast. You guys are going so... You know what? I'm going to say this. I put a ton of work into the Twitch side of things where you can, like, in your subs or any donations, no matter how small, if I'm going, you can donate and it will text to speech. It will text to speech for you. There will be big shit that goes off. So if you would like to get my attention, that's a fucking great way to do it because otherwise I'm just going to keep going. But anyway, all right, looking at this already... I can see, so experimental prototype Carter, let's start there. Fusion Blades 25 points, Plasma Accelerator 10 points, Supernova 15, Thermoneutronic 20. I think that means that I am probably going to be sticking in like Fusion Blades, and Supernova at 15 is insane. Like Supernova Plasma at this point mark is insane. So that's really, really good. All right, Breaches no, Broadsides no, and they've still given us the extra bump at the higher ranges. I really dislike the way one of the few factions has got that. If they did it broadly, it'd be fine, but whatever. Farsight, no. Cold Star, no. Enforcer, no. Shadow Sun, no. Fine Eye, no. None of the Crisis suits. Devilfish Ethereal, Firesight, Ghost Keel, Hammerhead. Let me zoom in on this so you guys can see it properly. Crude Carnivores, no. Farstalkers is still at 85. Flesh Shaper 45. I don't know his points if that's changed at all. I wasn't using him enough. Crude Hounds is still 40-80. Lone Spear is down 10. He was at 90 and now he's 80. Trail Shaper I think was 55 before. War Shaper I think was 50 before. Crutox Rampage is 85 and 170. Holy shit, they did not need a points cost reduction. That is so good. That is so fucking good. Oh, I love it. Gorillas are 100% on the menu. That is fantastic. Pathfinders, no. Piranhas, no. Razor Shark, no. Riptide, no. Sky Ray, no. Stealth Suits, no. Storm Surge, no. Strike Team, no. Sunshark, no. Tide Rig stuff, no. Vespa, no. AX-10, no. Manta, Tau, Supremacy Armor, and Tiger Shark, no. Oxcad, Amide Leader, still 20. Fanatical, still 10. Student Cao Yon and Transponder are at the same points. Cao Yon, no changes. Crude Hunting Pack. I think some of these got cheaper. I know the Crude Hawk was always 10. Root Carved, I feel like, has gone down. I'll have to double check that with the app because apparently, even though I forced an update, it's still on the old points. Where's my Crude list? Yeah, so Borthrod is still 15. Crude Hawk is 10. Let's go to the War Shaper. Oh, no, Root Carve was always 10. Okay, never mind. Montcar. No changes there. Retcad. No changes. The fact that Retcad hasn't had any meaningful changes is like... so fucking weird, especially given that it's the most popular one. Okay, so Lone Spear and Rampages a lot easier to put into lists now. That is really, really good. Chiku, Phoenix, and Bogan all opting for Give Mally a Kiss. I'll see if he's still awake, and if he is, then yeah, I 100% will. Laugh if Jay misses him again. Let me check. Let's have a look at the new detachments for the other ones. So, because, you know, playing the game well is knowing what your opponents can do. Lions of the Emperor. Many of the galaxy's warrior cultures accept the time-honored truth that there is greater strength in numbers. Not so for the champions of the Adeptus Custodes, the Lions of the Emperor. Each of them is an army unto themselves, a warrior of legend gifted with terrifying strength, armored in nigh impenetrable golden plate and possessing limitless resolve. When the greatest custodians take to the field at once, those auric-armored champions have no need to pool their resources in order to smite their foes, relying instead upon their superhuman strength and mastery of martial katars. They hurl themselves into the midst of the enemy, sweeping aside gun lines, eviscerating rampaging monsters, and obliterating enemy war machines with terrifying ease. Detachment rule. Against all odds, each time an Adeptus Custodes unit from your army, excluding vehicles, makes an attack, if there is no other friendly units within 6 of that unit, add +1 to hit and +1 to wound, assuming your Custodes are female. That is a really, really good detachment rule. I really, really like that. So, enhancement, superior creation. Custodes infantry model only. The first time the bearer is destroyed, roll 1d6 at the end of the phase. On a 2+, set the bearer back up on the battlefield as close as possible to where it was destroyed and not within engagement range. Oh, that is so fucking annoying to have on like a shield captain or a blade champ or... Oh, I hate that as a Tau player. I fucking hate that because it's end of phase. We don't have anything that can then tell... Oh my god, we have rampages! We can take it down! Okay, I like this a little better now. I like this a little better. That's fine. That's fine. Mortals on the charge, baby. Presidius. Adeptus Custodes model only. The bearer has lone operative and stealth. Hate that. Fierce Conqueror. I like it for them. I like it for them. This is really good so far. When I say I hate that, I mean that, like, an opponent. Shield Captain only for Fierce Conqueror. At the start of the fight phase until the end of the phase, add 2 to the attacks characteristic of melee weapons equipped by the bearer for every 5 models within 6 inches of the bearer, rounding down. Now, it's 5 enemy models, so going into bigger targets, get more attacks, makes sense. You start sweeping the more enemies you have in front of you. Really cool. Add Monomortis. Shield Captain, improve the strength characteristic of melee weapons equipped by the bearer by 3, and improve the AP and damage of those weapons by 1. Really nice. Really nice. I think this is a way to, like, I don't think you'll see grav tanks getting taken away, but I do think, because, like, this excludes vehicles, but grav tanks are already great on their own. They don't need a detachment rule. This then lets a shield captain run in and just pump out like a big vehicle or monster. This lets a shield captain brawl against like fucking bloodthirsters and shit. Gilded Champion. Any phase just after an Adeptus Custodes character model from your army has used an ability on its datasheet that states can only be used once per battle. That character model can use that once per battle ability 1 additional time during the battle. You cannot use this stratagem on the same Custodes character model more than once per battle. So once per battle, use your once per game. This is terrifying because this allows the Blade Champ to use multiple advance and charges. It's, yeah. Oxcat is eating well. New detachment is fruity. If lacking in any source of AP reduction, Retcad feels sad. I mean, to be honest, like, both of the new detachments that have come out are fucking bangers. Like, bangers. Liam is saying Eldar points went up in the app. So let me have a look at the thing, because this, I, as an Eldari player now, have a vested interest in not getting fucked. So, Wayleaper looks safe. Avatar looks safe. Baharoth, I think, was already at 115. Where are the models that I care about? Dark Reapers, I think... Oh, they've gone up at the 10 model range. 5 models didn't get touched, but 10 models went up by 15 points. Dire Avengers, did they get a fucking points drop? Jesus. Let me go to my aspects list. All right, characters. Azaman was 135. He still is. The Autark is still 75. The Wayleaper is 80. Baharoth, 115. Death Jester, 90. Nice. Eldrad, 110. Yep. Farseer, 70. Farseer Skyrunner, 80. Fugan, 120. Hasn't changed. Howling Banshees didn't change. Oh, thank fuck. Oh, my girls. Fire Prism at 160. I don't know if that's actually a reduction. Let me just keep going through the characters. Lycus and Jane Zar. Jane Zar 105, same. Lycus 120, same. Malgan Ra 100, same. Shadow Seer, 60 points. Same. Solitaire. Where are you? 115. Spirit Seer, 65. Nobody cares about you. Troop Master, 75. Okay, Harlequins, you're intact. And Warlock, 45. Cool. Battle line stuff. Storm Guardians, Hundo. Guardian Defenders, 100. And Corsair Void Reavers I already saw was 60. Dedicated Transports, Star Weavers are 80 points. Wave Serpents. Oh, Wave Serpents went up by 10 each. Oh, yuck. That makes sense. You were seeing them everywhere and they're a fucking great transport. That absolutely makes sense. By the way, Tau players, feel good about what we've got for 85 points. Where they take a Bright Lance, we have 2 Seeker missiles. We can advance and dump our boys out. They get -1 to wound if the strength is higher. In shooting only. So, yeah. All right. Now the stuff that I am really worried about. Dark Reapers we've already seen. Dire Avengers went up by 5 points and 10 when they're taken as 10 models. This is weird. Nobody's taking Dire Avengers. Nobody was taking Dire Avengers. Wait, GW, what are you doing? Falcon, 130, 130. Cool. Fire Dragons, 10-point bump. I kind of saw that coming. 110 for the Fire Dragons is still absolutely fine. Fire Prism didn't change at 160. Howling Banshees didn't get touched. That surprises me so much. For anybody that doesn't know, Howling Banshees are one of the best fucking melee units that I can think of. Always advance and charge. Always fights first. Executioner for strength 6, AP 3, damage 3. And you can attach Jane Zar to it, or an Autark that allows them to re-roll their advance rolls and use a stratagem for free. They're just like, yeah. Night Spinners, I don't want to see these guys go down. 190, good. Fuck Night Spinners, they're not good for the game. Rangers are 55 and 110. That's the exact same as they were before. Shining Spears, 122.40. These guys needed some love. The Shining Spears needed some help. They are way too expensive. Shroud Runners didn't change. Skyweavers didn't change. Striking Scorpimans went up. No! Now, they are at the old points for 10 mans because everybody was taking them in 5 because they're extremely efficient. That makes sense. Swooping Hawks, 85 and 170. That is, oh my God, GW, do you have nobody in your balance team? All right, so for anybody who doesn't know, Swooping Hawks are maybe Eldar's best infantry unit. Not even fucking memeing. Not even memeing. Regardless of detachment you're in, the Swooping Hawk can go 14 inches with assault guns, and then as a 10-man, pick something within 9, and then roll 10 dice, and on 4-ups take mortal wounds, up to a maximum of 6. Oh wait, is it 4-ups or is it 3-ups? Let me look that up. Let me just real quick. For each 4+. So you're taking 5 mortal wounds on average. And then they're shooting at you with a bunch of assault lethal weapon guns. Now, yes, I don't have AP, but you throw enough lethal hits at somebody, it's 4 attacks per model. That is 40 attacks for the unit. Like, they kind of fuck. And you see in every WTC list, they're running them. I cottoned onto this way too late to have them at the Teams event that we're going to now, but I have my Hawks on the way. Swooping Hawks are fucking disgusting. And on top of that, they're still Eldari. They still have all their battle-focused stuff. They still have 5-up invuln. They, like, you put Baharoth with them and they can drop down within or outside of 6 and then just pick up again at the end of your opponent's turn. Like, it's just... Like, Baharoth himself is probably a little expensive. There maybe is a world where you consider taking him. But, like, you have 2 of those units running around. And you just immediately melt screens with mortal wounds. You do 5 mortal wounds to a vehicle. And you've, like, almost half-healthed it. Like, Swooping Hawks were better than Dire Avengers by a fucking mile. And because the internet was crying about Aziman and Dire Avengers, GW apparently listened to that. Like, Dire Avengers fucking suck. Let me just bring them up. Okay. They went up in points, and I didn't want to take them at the thing that they were. So they are 18-inch guns, 4 attacks, only 7-inch move, strength 4, AP 1, damage 1 with assault. No lethal hits, none of that shit. Now, they do benefit from the aspect host detachment. You can get better range out of them in Ynnari, but Ynnari is like, it's got a lot more going for it with a lot of other units. And that you're paying for, what is it? You're going to pay 160 points, 60 points more than a breacher unit for just more shots. No rerolls. No rerolls to be seen. You get sustained hits 1 when targeting somebody within half range. But that half range is 9 inches. Okay, it's strength 4, AP 1, damage 1 with no other keywords. Cool, man. Thanks for that. They got more expensive. Yay! Fucking yay! God. All right, let's keep going. Troop. They are, let me look at it because they got multiple unit composition points. 85, 100, 190, 205. They haven't changed. Troop Master we know hasn't changed. Void Weaver still 125. War Walkers and Vipers. 65, 95, and no change to their upper limits. Warlock Skyrunners, 45 and 90, cool. Warp Spiders, 95 and 190, cool. Wind Riders, did you change? 80 to 160, no, of course you didn't change. Wraith Blades, 170, Wraith Guard, 170, Wraith Knight, 435, Wraith Knight with Ghostglaive, 420, and a Wraith Lord, 140. Okay, so what am I anticipating on the meta from this? We have an army that got nerfed in specific places because of the internet fucking crying and not because of what's actually good or not. Like, a lot of lists were only running like 2 units of Fire Dragons, maybe. And I don't think that'll change. Like, you just find the points elsewhere. People just drop like a Ranger unit, put in an enhancement. But like, that's fine. 110 for what the Fire Dragons do. That is absolutely fucking fine. Now, yes, my Aspect Warrior list has gone up, but I expected that. I fully expected my Aspect Host list to go up. And because I'm going to be taking stuff out and putting in fucking 20 Swooping Hawks, there were going to be changes anyway, so what the fuck do I care? What do I care? I think the only one that really makes sense to me here, like the Fire Dragons going up is good. It's good for the health of the game. You don't want a unit this good to be 100 points forever. And I think the Wave Serpent going up, that is an actual directed change that represents identifying one of the really, really strong things that Eldari has access to, which is excellent transports. Excellent transports. Let's also check on Ynnari. So let's go to my Ynnari list. Where's my list? You need these nuts in your mouth. There you go. All right. So, characters. It'll all be with a T. Vizark is still 90. Incarn 250. Ivrain is... Where are you? 100. Cool. Archon 75. Suck Your Bus is 45. The Cabalite Warriors and Witches 110 and 90 respectively. Yep, 90 was my Cabalites, 110. Cool. Not seeing any changes there. And then the dedicated transports, Raiders and Venoms, they were 80 and 70. Raider 80, Venom, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Why the fuck can't I see the Venom? Ynnari Venom, there it is, 70 points. Cool. No changes there. And then other data sheets, all we're looking at is the Incubi. Oh, no, Incubi and Reavers. Reavers, 65, 65, 65. Where are you? Yep, cool. Easy. And Ynnari Incubi, 75 per stack. Yep, no changes there. So then we've got to look at our enhancements. We got to look at if anything changed there. And I think the easiest way to do this, I'm going to grab my Eldari codex real quick. Question being, where the fuck did I put that sucker? I'll be back in a sec, and I will see if Mally is awake so I can give him those kisses. Don't go anywhere. 2 seconds. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Because this is the biggest stream we've done since we took a break, a lot of you might not know why I took a break and dropped off the face of the planet. Many of you will, but let's just introduce you. So this is my son, Malleus. And if you can hear him, he's doing a bit of his stretches. There are your redeemed kisses. And for the people that like our merch, once we reopen our merch arm, Chell has surprised me with a very, very exciting Auto Malleus shirt with one of the Grey Knights baby carriers on it. With, you know, a little baby. A little baby. All right, so let's have a look at the codex. And let's see our points values. So points should be in the back. Bogan, thank you for the 2 gifties. It didn't come up. I didn't see a thing for it. Thank you. That's really, really kind of you, dude. All right, so Codex Eldari. Where are our points? They should be towards the back, I think. That is Crusade. We don't care about that. Is it all the way at the back? Yep, points values. All right. So, Detachment. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's actually like milk drunk. My little boy has a problem. Have we done the Tau page yet? Yes, we have. We have. You will have to potentially go on YouTube and scroll to that point. But MFM updated for colors. Oh, let's go. Let's fucking go. All right. We don't need the codex. You've been wonderful, Mally. You've been wonderful. You lied to me. You lied to me. There are no color updates. Wait. Oh no, I might need to refresh. Before we ban that person, let me refresh. Unitorium field manual. They didn't lie. Don't ban them. Bill, hand off the hammer. Hand off the hammer. Just, it's all right, Bill. Calm down. Calm down. All right. So, for our girls, actually, let's go into the browser view. And let's, oh my God, I can't hit control and do, okay, Mally, you're gonna have to be a good boy. Just lay in between my legs and don't flick around, okay? Don't flick around. Yeah, for content. All right. So, Arcoflagellants down at the 10 model mark. That is really, really good. You weren't seeing them anywhere. Sacrosanct down 20 points at the 10 girl mark. That is awesome. Dominions down 10. Repentia are down 5 and 10 respectively. Seraphim down 5 and 20 at the 10 mark. Zephyrim are down. They really needed it. But then no other changes for the Sororitas. This is still a good way to go. Getting Miracle Dice on death and getting the points cost reductions is really, really nice for them. The Stodes. Layers down 10. Blade Champ up 10. Custodian Guard down 10. Wardens up 10. And then Knight Centura down 15. Shield Captain down 10. Shield Captain and Alaris down 10. Shield Captain on Dawn Eagle down 10. Ven Contemptor Dreadnought up 10. Telemon up 10. And Solar Spearhead Augury Uplink is up 10. That is good. That was the only one that was really being taken. You'll notice on these that they've got a very specific number. Custodes is an interesting one with your points values. If you do odd breakpoints or you do too many or too little, it fundamentally changes the way that lists are built, which could sometimes throw out the faction more than you think it should, especially with, like, you know, very, very elite armies. All right. Admech, Belisarius Call down 15. Tech Priest Dominus now down 5. Admech needed a little more help than this. This is another one where, like, the best players on Admech can play it and get results, but, like, they needed some help. They needed some help. Pour one out for the poor Binaric boys. So Wave Serpent is up 10. Dark Reapers up 15 at the 10. Dire Avengers. Dark Reapers and Wave Serpent are the two that I'm like, this I 100% saw coming. Fire Dragons I also saw coming, but it is what it is. Is what it is. Trajan still 140 when it's just a beat stick is weird. Yeah, Trajan needs some love. Ynnari, no points changes or anything else. I am extremely surprised by Ynnari not changing. They are far and away the best way to play Eldari. I'm going to have 3 months of being able to play Ynnari. I was worried that I wasn't even going to pick up any of the stuff to run them because they were just going to get nerfed into the ground, but apparently not. Cool. Astra Militarum Field Ordnance Battery has gone up. Cadian Heavy Weapon Squad has gone up. Australian Heavy Weapon Squad has gone up. Tempestus Scions up. Militarum Tempestus Command Squad up. Beal, thank you for gifting a tier 1 to Sarah. Sarah, enjoy those new emotes. Which, by the way, when I get to the Tau section, all of my subs on Twitch, can you guys spam the fuck out of the newer animated emotes? I want to see them. And actually, when we get to the Space Wolves section, do the best boy emotes as well. Just when we get there, don't blow your load beforehand. Okay, so Bombast class Vox Array went up by 10. This is a really good enhancement. So that's gone up. Bridgehead has taken a pretty massive hit here. Templars got nothing changed. Blood Angels, Death Company Marines went down 20 at the 10 model mark is insane. Then Death Company Captain with Jump Pack down by 10. Liberator Assault Group, Smash Captain went up by 10. Demons, Fleshhounds up, Bellacore up, Grunkle up, Contorted Epitome up, Nurglings, which, by the way, in one of my practice games against Sam, I found out that everybody that she watches or listens to calls this the epitome. Do your motherfuckers not know what epitome is? Like, okay, and there's you blowing your load before we get to the Tau section. That is just, you know what, Bill? Can you please time them out for 20 seconds? That'll learn you for blowing your load early. That's what Chelsea does. She puts me in the corner for 20 seconds. All right, so it's epitome. Contorted epitome. It's the epitome of being contorted. Nurglings went down. Mask of Slaneesh went up. Rodigus went up. Look, fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. Incestors, look, you're right. But I mispronounce it on purpose. And I didn't say the fault is yours. You've been listening to a bunch of people say it. You've never had the word, like, taught to you in a formal setting, because what fucking school is going to teach epitome? And, like, but, like, the people that are like, yes, epitome. I say incestors on purpose because I'm a fucking idiot. Like, I am making a joke. And I'm hoping to trigger some Space Marines players. If they were doing it to trigger some Demons players, fair enough. Power to you. Absolute power to you. But, yeah. Molding. Fiends are up. Flamers are down. Shalaxi is down. I think, this is probably Nurgle being a little bit too good. Slaneesh copping some directed nerfs, but then trying to put Shalaxi in the picture. Yeah, we'll have to see how it shakes out for the Legion of Excess. Demonic Incursion, Endless Gift goes up. Chaos Knights get more points cuts to the big ones. Desecrator, Despoiler, and Tyrant all down by 10, 15, and 30, respectively. Interesting. Chaos Space Marines, Forge Fiends go down. Predator Annihilator goes up. Disco Lord goes down by 15. And nothing else. Good. Fuck Chaos Space Marines. Nothing changes for their enhancements. The Dangles have nothing change. By the way, I just want you to see how fucking cute this kid is right now. Look at, he sleeps like this all the time. Look at this kid. He's doing a little, arms around the head. Like, I'm just going to stretch out and then I'm just going to stop like this. Look at that little fucker. Look at that little fucker. He's the littlest fucker that there ever was. Right. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, Death Guard. Pred Destructor goes up. Mephitic Blighthaulers go down. Predator Annihilator goes up. You can see a theme here. CSM and Death Guard were one of the worst offenders for the Predators being just fucking everywhere. So, the GW obviously wants to move some of the power elsewhere. Deathwatch, the Terminator Squad, 5 went up, 10 went down. Interesting. The Drook, Cabalite Warriors go down to 100, and Witches go down by 10. Okay. Emperor's Children for the Codex. Nice. The point values below allow players to enjoy the Codex in non-tournament settings. Until the full release of this Codex, players should continue using the Index, Emperor's Children points and rules for tournaments and other similar events. So the Rhino is 80, Chaos Spawner 80. Termies, 170. Demon Princess Slaneesh with wings, 180. Flawless Blades are 110 and 220 respectively. Infractors are 85 and 160. Lord Exultant, 80. Lord Cacophonist, 60. Mauler Fiend, 130. Sorcerer, 60. Tormentors, 85 and 170. Demonettes, 90. Fiends, 95, 190. Keeper of Secrets, 280. Shalaxi, 380. Detachments. Carnival of Excess, Dark Blessings went up by 5. Empiric Suffusion, down by 5 and then up by 5. The Coterie of the Conceited. Pledge of Dark Glory, -5. Pledge of Eternal Servitude, +10. Pledge of Unholy Fortune, -5. Mercurial Host, Intoxicating Musk, -5. Peerless Bladesman, Blinding Speed, down by 10. Faultless Opportunist, up by 5. Rapid Evisceration. Heretic Adept, +5. Slaneesh is Chosen. Eager to Prove, +5. Lucius, no change. Noise Marines, no change. GSE just had the Neophyte Hybrids in the 20 bricks go up by 15. Grey Knights, Interceptors went down by 5 for each stack of 5. Interesting. I think Grey Knights maybe needed a little more love than this, but we'll see. Interceptors have been making their way back into the meta, so it is nice to see them getting points cuts. Imperial Agents, you need some fucking help. Your Detachment, you cannot run on your own. The Colexus is down by 15, nothing else getting changed. Every model has the Imperium keyword. Colexus down by 15, nothing else changes. Imperial Knights, the Castellan has gone down by 30, the Valiant has gone down by 30. Votann, no changes because fuck you, you're not a real faction. And I say that as a Votann collector and enjoyer. Crons, Doomsday Arcs go up by 10. Good. Bad. I, for one, welcome our Necron Overlords. This is a travesty. I will be ending 100 worlds for the Dynasty. Orks, Big Mac with Shock Attack Gun going up by 10. Tank Busters going up by 15. That makes sense. These two were the big abusers of the Tactical Brigade that maybe kills that build. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll talk to some of the Ork players at the event. Met Captain goes up by 10. Space Marines, Company Heroes up by 10. Ballistus Dread up by 10. Blade Guard Veterans down by 10 for each stack of 3. Marnie's Calgar up by 10. Good. Fuck that guy. Centurion Devastators down by 20 and 40. This is a compensation buff for taking away Uriel Ventress being able to give them Deep Strike. Now, GW, I'm going to get really close to my mic because you did this for your poster boys. This compensation buff, I can't do it because I've only got one hand. Let me just, Mally, I don't want to boop you with the microphone. Here we go. All right. GW, when you change something, you give compensations like you've done with the Space Marines right now. So, for example, when you take away all 3-inch Deep Strike, you change Retaliation Carder to give appropriate benefits, and you put our fusions in Retaliation Carder to have melter range with shortened blade. End of rant. All right, so Predator Annihilator up by 5. Destructor up by 10. Vindicator up by 10. Whirlwind up by 10. Detachments. Gladius had Fire Discipline go down by 15 to 25 points. Librarius Conclave had Fusillade go up by 20. No other changes. Space Wolves. No changes. Didn't need them. Happy with that. That's my boys. By the way, I'm on the Space Wolves section. Spam those good boy emotes. Give me that shit. Give me that shit. By the way, how good is this boy? I could be as loud as I fucking want, and my son doesn't wake up. He's like literally the best boy in the world. For everybody that's joining us, because YouTube just jumped up another fucking 20 people, I've been away for a little bit because I was busy pooping out a fucker. And he's gorgeous, and he's cute as fuck. But also I've had to do some all-nighters because, like, of course I have. Hearing Daddy cook loudly keeps him asleep. Yeah, he knows when I'm cooking, he doesn't have to wake up and fix things. He can slumber while Dad's got the helm. All right, Tower Empire. Give me those fucking tower motes. Give me those fucking tower motes. And by the way, YouTubers, if you would like to join us, go over to Twitch. It's in the description. You could drop a Twitch Prime right now for free, and you get all those emotes. And also get notified when I have my streams, because there's a ton I don't put on YouTube because I don't want to block up people's fucking feed with streams about like random ass fucking painting and shit. Give it 6 months? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. But thank you for the emote spam. I love you all. All right, so Tau Empire, Rampages down 10 and 20. We knew this. Lone Spear down 10. We needed more points changes than this, but is what it is. Fusion Blades 25, Plasma Accelerator 10, Supernova 15, Thermonutronic 20. I cannot wait to try out this new detachment. I fucking cannot wait to try out this new detachment. GW was cooking. GW was fucking cooking. Thousand Suns. Mutolith went up 5. Scarab Cults went down 10 and 20 respectively. I don't know if this puts them into playable territory. The Terminators are not so great with Thousand Suns, but it might be the nudge that they needed. Thousand Suns Cultist at the 20 brick is down 10 points. Pred Annihilator and Destructor up 5 and 10 respectively. Thousand Suns Sorcerer and Terminator minus 10. Thousand Suns Vindicator up 10. Zangor Enlightened at the 6 brick down 10. Zangor's at the 20 brick down 10. And no other changes. I don't know how much this changes for Thousand Suns. I don't know if they'll go away from Rubric spam or Maggie and a bunch of Vortex Beasts and whatever else. Two of the best Thousand Suns players that I know, potentially in Australia, are going to be at the event on the weekend, so I'll actually be asking them. Nids, Excron went up by 5 points. The Hive Tyrant, not the Flyrant, the Hive Tyrant went down by 10. Then we had the Neurolictides Nuts went down by 10. The Trigon went down by 10. The Tyrannifex went up by 10, and no other changes. This feels like a very pointed nerf towards a specific build of Nids that we were seeing, and trying to make the Trigon snake build a little bit better. I'm going to ask Alex if he thinks that this is good and playable. Wheaties, our beloved Wheaties. The Demon Princes of both varieties went down 15. The Lord on Juggernaut went down 20. Pred Annihilator, Pred Destructor went up by 5 and 10. Why would you do that to World Eaters? Nobody was taking it. Nobody was fucking taking it. I think it's just to keep everything like on an even keel. I think it's to keep everything good. You thought it was a clickbait? Okay, name one time I've ever clickbaited. Legitimately. Like, I will put a provocative title in, but I will never say anything that is untrue. I have never clickbaited outside of like, I want someone to have a giggle because I can't possibly be serious. What was the new detachment? Stop watching Tabletop Tactics for to come here. You're welcome, Jay, because fuck you. That's why. When I clicked on this video, you baited me. You started streaming, it was bad. All right, Sarah, you need to calm down. I can't talk to you when you're hysterical. You need to just calm down. All right, let's go through it one more time. We'll do it real quick for all the Tau fans in the chat. Where are we? Here we are. Experimental Prototype Carter. The detachment rule. Superior craftsmanship. Add 6 inches to the range of ranged weapons equipped by Tau Empire models from your army. Supernova Launcher. It's an air-bursting fragmentation projector, which is indirect fire blast at strength 6, AP 1, damage 2. Thermonutronic Projector. A flamer becomes strength 6, AP 1, damage 2. By the way, I'm not adding on any crisis benefits here. Plasma Accelerator Rifle becomes a 2-shot weapon, strength 10, AP 4, damage 4. Fusion Blade, a fusion blaster, and this is all on commanders because it has to be, they're the only ones who can take these weapons. Fusion Blaster becomes a 2-shot weapon with strength 12 and melter 4. That's what that is. They have Healer Battlesuit D3 plus 1 lost wounds in either player's command phase. They have pick a unit that hasn't been picked to shoot and improve their strength by 1 or improve their strength and AP by 1 but get hazardous if you pick both. Can't use that with Threat Assessment Analyzer, which is give them sustained hits or lethal hits, or give them both and hazardous. And that is Tau Empire unit. That's not just Battlesuit. That's fucking anybody. Reactive Dampeners is if somebody shoots at you or fight phase, targets you with strength that is greater than your toughness, -1 to wound. Experimental Weaponry is when you roll number of shots, re-roll the result. And Crisis Unit cannot be shot outside of 18. That is our fucking detachment. It is a fucking banger. If you see anybody on the internet saying this is bad, please, like, I don't condone internet violence. But, like, I want you to attack them and gouge the eyes. I want you to kick them in the shins and tell them that you hope they stub their toe. Like, this is such a good detachment. Between Grotmus and this, they have been fucking cooking. And you know what? This detachment makes it so much easier for me to forgive the fact that there are no fucking changes to our rules whatsoever. Go for the shins. Go for the shins. Take it Farsight doesn't get these. Farsight is an epic hero, cannot take enhancements. So, yeah. Not totally sold on the enhancements, but I could be wrong. Okay, I'll spend some time because I don't know if you were here when I was going through this in the first time. If you have a supernova launcher on a Cold Star commander or an Enforcer commander, because he doesn't need to be fast for it, when you're in line of sight, you are firing Blast, D6, plus spend a CP and re-roll the result. Strength 6, AP 1, damage 2, and if you're with a Fire Knife unit, you can target somebody with indirect, and you get full rerolls to hit if they're a full strength unit. That means that 75% of your shots are going through, because 50% on the first roll, re-roll them, 50% of those go through. 75% of your shots go through. That is, I will chip off a Space Marine. Not an Astra Militarum soldier, not a random-ass one-wound Eldari guy. That is, I will kill a fucking Space Marine from the other side of a wall. And then if you're in direct line of sight, that is a terrifying fucking weapon. That is a blast weapon at damage 2. So, Thermoneutronic, Flamer. You put this with the Star Scythe unit. You've got a Strength 6 Flamer, auto-hitting, and this is all phases. Not in your shooting phase. This is at all times. Whenever you use this weapon. Strength 6, AP 2 Flamer, because Star Scythes, targeting non-monster, non-vehicle, damage 2 Flamer. That kills Marines on their move. That kills Space Marines on their move in Overwatch. With ignore cover. That has the potential to kill a Custodian. Plasma Accelerator Rifle. And by the way, all of this is on range 18 Flamers. Range 24 Plasma Accelerator Rifle. 2 shots. Strength 10, so it's wounding heavy tanks on 4s. AP 4, damage 4. That is 2 shots of better than a Riptide's weapon. 1/3 of a Riptide's shooting at better than the Riptide gets it. And you get rerolls to hit. Or you get AP. Or hear me out, you can take this on a Sunforge unit and get full rerolls to wound. Little Mally is so hype he is speaking. He is fucking teeing off at this. He is teeing off. But I ain't spending any time on it because every 3 months a person is torn pieces by Crocodile in North Q. What the fuck? What did I miss that you had to highlight that message? What? All right. Bogan redeemed to give Mally a kiss. Mwah. Lazy Phoenix. Mwah. Y'all think you're punishing me for kissing my son? I always kiss my son, just like my dad kissed me, all the way up to my 37th birthday. All right. Mwah. And you know what? Sarah, you actually got me good, because as I went in for the kiss there, he farted, and I decided to kiss his stomach. I literally got like 3rd degree farted on. It, like, what is wrong with you that you would do that to me? All right. And then Fusion Blades, 18-inch fusion, so 9-inch melter range, 2-shot, strength 12, melter 4. Tell me a vehicle or a knight in the game that doesn't have to respect that. Tell me a vehicle or a monster in the game that doesn't have to respect that. A ghost kill will still take 8 damage because melter is added after damage zeroing. So you can never stop the melter 4 if the wound goes through. You can never stop the melter 4 unless an invuln save eats it. And then throw on top of that, these weapons then put in context of either +1 strength and AP. So we've got strength 7, AP 3 potentially on Star Scythes, damage 2 supernovas. And for the number of shots, you only have to roll 1 hazardous dice. 1. That's it. And only take 3 mortal wounds. And that commander has 8 wounds. You put the extra strength. If you've got a T12 body, these fusion blades then wound that T12 body on 3s. And don't give it a save, because fuck you. And then think about like the plasma, sustained and lethal hits on a fire knife unit with full rerolls to hit. Sustained and lethal, and you roll 1 dice because it's 1 weapon firing 2 shots. Oh wait, hang on. Lazy Phoenix put something in. This is the detachment for Timmy Tau players like me. I mean, it probably is. And like this addresses one of the major concerns that a lot of mid or low table players had with the Groppus detachment. You don't have to think about this. It's all just extra 6 inches. So if anybody bitches about this detachment for whatever reason, point them to the shit that they said about the Groppus detachment and say, fuck you, shut up. Like, GW cooked. GW cooked. Whoever is writing these detachments understood the assignment. They understood the problems that Tau has been having and tried to, without fundamentally changing the core rules, which they might not be allowed to, built in things that we fucking needed desperately. So all 4 of these have the potential to have a place in lists. You could be... Oh, Mally's getting another kiss. That's him. God, he's cute. All of these weapons have a place in lists. You go to teams and you take like you're teching for anti-infantry. You take supernovas and thermoneutronics. You're expected to go into vehicles and fucking termies or whatever. Custodians don't want to see Melter 4 on 2 shots. They don't. Because that means it is a guaranteed dead Custodian Terminator. Their dreads in Solar, Spearhead, do not want to see that you'll be doing a minimum of 5 damage with each shot. And yes, it's only 2 shots, but against sustained lethal. Sustained fucking lethal! And the plasma is just generally good. And all of this at an extra 6 inches. You take a plasma unit, it is no longer a feels bad. It is 24 inches of fucking destruction. Did you go over all the detachments of just Tau? I did Tau fully, and then we had a couple of distractions. I was going through the Custodes one. The Custodes one looks really good. Really, really good. Let's have a look at the Orc one. Oh, no, I have to zoom this one in as well. Fuck. All right, Mally, don't fall off my legs. You can be as much of a prick as you want later in life, but just don't do it now. Also, it'll really hurt if you fall right now. And it won't be my fault. It'll be yours, because I warned you. Just because you're a newborn doesn't mean you can, like, slack off. You came out of mum's womb already. Get off the teat. Get a job. All right. The Orc detachment. Daka. Actually, let's do the fluff. Of all the Orc manias, fewer is widespread as the love of heavy firepower. Temporarily united by shared love of loud and destructive Daka, hordes of similarly obsessed Orcs can produce storms of killing fire capable of felling even the most heavily armored of enemies. Daka during your shooting phase. Ranged weapons equipped by Orcs Infantry and Orcs Walker models from your army have sustained hits too. While the wire is active for your army, ranged weapons equipped by Orcs Infantry and Orcs Walker models have assault. That is an excellent detachment rule. That is fucking excellent. De Gob Shot Thunderboss. Orcs model only. Ranged weapons equipped by the bearer have devastating wounds and hazardous. That on a few key Orc characters could be really fucking obnoxious. And may be the reason why we saw the shock attack gun dude go up. Dead shiny shooters. Orcs model only. Ranged weapons equipped by the models in the bearer's unit have rapid fire 1. Targeting squids. Each time the model in a bearer's unit makes a range attack +1 to hit. That is big, especially for a flash kits unit. Zogoth and 8 Daka. The bearer's unit is eligible to shoot in a turn in which it fell back. Very nice. Because I do all of these randomly, because I don't remember who said it, but, you know, fuck that fucker. Fucker is in the term of endearment of my viewers, not because I'm trying to be obscene. Huge show-offs. Your command phase. 1 CP. Orc Walker unit, excluding killer cans. Until the start of your next command phase, improve the unit's move, leadership, and OC by 1. And each time a model in your unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll. Nice. Going up to the top right. Long, uncontrolled burst. Okay, so I found this so funny, and I probably shouldn't have. But for anybody who's got a military background, the phrase "short control burst" has been burned into your fucking mind, especially if you've operated a gun. And when I say gun, I don't mean like the world thinks, "Ha ha ha, these are just guns." In the military, you've got a rifle, and each brick, squad, platoon, whatever section, they have a gun, which is a traditional machine gun. Short control bursts are so that you stop the weapon from like walking up a target too much, because it'll go up and pull a certain direction as you hold it more and more. So short control bursts keep you on target while you're doing that. It is very, very rare you will not do that, especially because one of the side effects of long uncontrolled bursts is you burn out your barrel. And if you go long enough, you see a barrel go like that. It's comical, but it's kind of fucked. So anyway, long uncontrolled bursts. Start of the shooting phase, one Orcs character model from your army, select one enemy unit within 18 of your Orcs character model. Until the end of the phase, weapons equipped by Orcs models in your army have ignore cover while targeting that unit. Very, very powerful. This one is going to be something to keep an eye on Orcs players, because there are a lot of people that want to do it reactively after they've seen some shooting. This is start of the shooting phase. Do not let them get away with some bullshit. If they don't declare it at the start of the shooting phase, fucking too bad. You've seen too much information. All right. Special shells. Your shooting phase, one Orcs unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes a ranged attack that targets the closest eligible target within 18, improve the armor penetration characteristic of ranged weapons equipped by models in your unit by 1. Just generally good. 1 CP for 1 EP is quite nice. If you've got the CP to pair that with ignore cover, that is huge. Get stuck in, lads. Your command phase, one Orcs unit from your army. Until the start of your next command phase, the WAR is active for your unit, even if you have already called the WAR this battle. This means that any abilities that are in effect while the WAR is active for your army will be in effect for your unit. That is extremely powerful. That is extremely fucking powerful. Holy shit. All right, then, call that Daka. Your opponent's shooting phase, just after an enemy unit is shot. Oh, no, wait, I did the inflection wrong on that. Call that Daka. It's like the, that's not a knife, this is a knife sort of thing. One Orcs unit from your army that had one or more of its models destroyed as a result of the attacking unit's attacks. You can shoot as if it was shooting phase, but must only target that enemy unit while doing so. Can only do so if that enemy unit is an eligible target. This is terrifying on the Flash Gits unit with a 5-up invuln. There are a lot of them. They have multiple wounds, and you can't just randomly target them with something, because they will shoot back and fuck you up. Cool. Then Orcs is still Orcs. Fight phase, one Orcs unit that has not been selected to fight until the end of the phase. Each time a model in your unit makes an attack, targets an enemy unit, reroll 1s to wound. If they're on an objective marker, full rerolls to wound instead. That is just generally good. Pretty cool detachment. I'm not an Orcs player, so I won't say whether this is like going to be top of the meta or anything like that, but at the very least, the rules look fucking fun. They look fucking fun. That's really cool. Each of these detachments, I'm going to give it the fucking banger stamp. That is really, really, really cool. Really, really cool. Okay, let's get a little bit more intimate now that we're not going to be going over any information. And then I can have my chats actually up in front of me. So I don't know if I want to lay Mally on a book, but this is our hobbying interface. This is what I do when I'm streaming me painting and whatever else, which, by the way, we have a lot of warp spiders and shit to do. Now the green screen isn't on, you can actually see I've given them a spray, and I've got to do fire dragons, I've got to do guardians. We've got a lot of work to do, and really only 2 days to do it. I may be seeing if I can bribe some of the one of the Pantheon members to come and paint for money, but we'll see. But yeah, Orcs get Cao Yon, but for all stages of the game. And isn't that weird? You can have them all stages of the game, And this is why the Tau detachment is so good. It's not all like it's not like, oh, you get +6 inch range in the middle 3 turns. It's all through the game, which is how I'm confidently able to say is really good. It is really, really good. I just, yeah. Gun isn't a gun, it's the fuck off huge 50 cal man at once. No, so you have machine guns that go from 5.56 through 7.62 and then up to your 50 cals and that sort of stuff. It's all of those, but It's kind of a misnomer because what makes a rifle and what normally makes a gun is you've got rifling in the inside of the barrel. Makes the bullet spin, makes it extremely accurate, works, through the wind rather than against it. But then you've got a shotgun, which is just firing pellets or something that fires like a slug projectile that is a gun. Because it's not a rifle, it's a gun. But then gun is a colloquial word for basically all firearms. And then in the military context, a machine gun is called the gun because it's a machine gun. And that denotes anything which is your automatic fire, heavy suppression, fire support weapon. It's like English is a terrifying language, and I genuinely feel bad for the people that have to try and fucking learn it. Have you guys noticed that they gave us a hint on the Eldari codex as to the codex that was coming next? You seeing that shit? They told us what was coming next on the Eldari codex. Huh. Interesting. I wonder if that was just like a random goof or if that was actually a thing. I don't know. I guess I have to pay for the app now so I can make EPC lists. Also, congrats on the little one. Thank you, Grace Givio. Appreciate it, dude. What orcs get Cao Yun for the whole game? Because they hit on 5s. That's likely the thing. And if you've never had to hit on 5s, it fucking sucks. It really sucks. Why did the 9th Space Marine Codex have worse art? I don't know. But you know what? Banger art. Seriously, banger art. 10th has worse than 9th. Yeah, I like even the Tau Codex. Like, I love my Tau. I adore them. But there was something about the Tau Codex that made me like look at it like it's going cartoony in the wrong way, in the wrong direction. And I was like, yeah, it was super weird. It was super weird. Hey, Malimu, it's okay. It's okay. Look at this little man. Look at this man. Hey? But for anybody that's watching this as a VOD on YouTube, if you've gotten this far, thank you very much. Make sure that you write in the comments what you think about the detachments and the changes and whatever else. Help us with the algorithm gods. If you would like to see more of me, I'm not going to be streaming a ton on YouTube because it actually hurts the algorithm even more, and I'm taking time off to look after the little ones. So go to the Twitch. It's in the description. Make sure that you follow it. There are a bunch of like hobbying streams and random ass gaming streams. We are now becoming like the second most popular Space Marine 2 streamer out of nowhere because I guess all the other big streamers moved on. And we're having some pretty big streams of that, which is cool. And as you've been seeing the emote spam, we have been having like... why is live chat not on? Let me turn that on. There we go. We have been putting a ton of work into the emotes and to everything else. So wait, that's a camera. That's not chat. That's a camera. What the fuck? Okay, the chat box isn't working. Well, fuck you. No, there we go. It just wasn't like... It was behind the other thing. Okay, lesson learned. There we go. Had a lot of time for a random Slay the Spy stream the other day. Well, it's funny that I'm having to play things, and at the moment I'm playing Ghosts of Sushi because when you've got a kid, and I actually might make a video about like falling in love with single player RPGs again. When like I can't put him down, so what I've got is this big ass U pillow, and I will put Mally in front of me on the U pillow. Oh, I know, little boy. Where? So he'll go in front of me like this. And I'll just have a controller in my hands. Got like a nice little 8-bit one. I like it. And this is the only way that I can game. I can't use a keyboard and mouse unless Chelsea's up and she's like able to hold him, or he's sleeping enough that he's in his bassinet. But even then he wakes up so fucking often that I can't do it. So like Slay the Spire, because I only need the mouse, is like it's doable, and I can walk away from it because I don't need to worry about the game continuing on. That's why I can't play PoE 1. PoE 2's fine, but I'm waiting for the new stuff to come out. And Ghost of Tsushima 1, by the way, fucking banger game. If you haven't played it, it came out on Steam. Oh my fucking god! Like, I'm not going to give you a spoiler, but it's a video game and you can get it on Steam. So that's my non-spoiler review. I'm going to put that in the opening of the video, actually. That'll be a good gag. But I'll be jumping off soon, Lazy Phoenix. All the best at your work, mate. And I think somebody just let out a monstrous poop. Hey? Was that noise, little man? I think we need to go give it a change. But yeah, single player gaming has been like the only thing I can do. I haven't been raiding WoW. I haven't been doing shit. I might actually do some more Slay the Spire streams because it's actually really fun. And yeah, if people enjoy it, it's something I can engage with chat a lot while I'm doing it and sort of go through my stuff. But yeah, we have a Teams event this weekend that I'll be chatting a bit about, maybe on a stream, depending on how the painting goes Friday night. But definitely afterwards, we'll talk about it. But yeah, that is our Grotma stuff. Tau gets a new detachment out of fucking nowhere, and it is a banger. It is a certified banger. Thank you to all my subs, all my gifties, everybody that's just been like showering the streams with love. I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you show up for some streams. Also, in the YouTube description, check out R&R Hobbies if you're within Australia. You can get, using my code, which supports me, you can get 26% off GW prices. It takes their already 21, takes it to 26. It's insane. I love R&R. They've been such a great new sponsor. Show them some love. I've had some people asking about like getting me stuff. If there's enough like interest in it, I guess I'll see if there's something that he can just like take orders and whatever. I don't know if I want to go down that route, but I'll do whatever my community wants. But yeah, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you guys. Sorry I haven't really been around too much, but obvious reasons. We'll be back soonish. We'll be back soonish. I'm gonna go chase this man's little butt. Maybe my own butt while I'm at it. Who knows? Do the internet things or don't. I'm not your dad. I'm his. See you, everybody.